I said, I love hats because they can change your image. I can be sophisticated, I can be a little girl, I can be a cowgirl, you know, whatever I want to be. I never say the word old, gently maturing years. And I will admit to, in June, being 92, but I consider myself just entering middle age. I am what they call a free spirit. I'm known as the hat lady, and what makes me happy is to make a positive impact on somebody else's life. I joined or was elected to the resident council, and my job was welcoming new people. I love the flapper age in the 20s, and I like hats that kind of make me want to do the Charleston. I made many non-Jewish friends, and we always have a Passover Seder here. So I invited a new friend, a French gal who lives in another facility on the land called the Bluffs, 55 and younger. And she had never been to a Seder. And I invited one of the speakers here, Diane Shields, who is wonderful, and she had never been to a Seder. And guess what? I invited Bruce. And it was, I hope, a really good experience for you. I feel like I want to dance. Keeping the sense of humor, again, is very essential to everyone. And I had occasion to remarry, but didn't, because I became more and more independent. But I have to tell you, I was a very merry widow.
Been knitting together, or okay? I think it was since the year 2000. So about 18 years we've been coming up here to the coffee shop. A couple of us. Some of us have been here.
Some of us not quite that long.
Yeah. Yeah.
What keeps you coming back?
Friendship.
Yep. Camaraderie all the way.
Conversation. Interesting conversation.
Good coffee.
Community.
My name is Jude Shotwell.
My name's Alyssa Antoinette Moore.
My name is Miles Anthony Moore.
Pleasant Ridge Montessori.
Clark Montessori High School.
Pleasant Ridge Montessori.
My main goal is to really exceed on all of my goals, really.
My main goal is to be successful in life.
I don't know what my main goal is yet.
I'm interested in acting and comedy.
I'm interested in becoming a student athletic trainer.
I'm interested in becoming an actor.
I'm currently working on trying to get all A's in my math class.
I don't play any sports, but right now I do play the clarinet.
I currently play the cello.
Currently I play the trumpet, Before this, when I went to Pleasant Ridge Montessori, I played the viola.
I have 2 dogs. One is named Mac and one is named Penny.
Last year I had a lizard named Cherry that passed away, and I have a dog named Max.
If I'm bored in my free time, I'll just draw.
I want to be an RN when I grow up.
When I grow up, I want to be an actor/comedian. And you zoom into my face when that happens. All right, camera, you're cutting now. Now!
I should practice more. I should watch a video.
Go ahead and kick a little bit, Brian, and then pick your feet up. See how he can pick his feet up like that? He's basically riding a bike. I mean, he's not pedaling or anything. right foot down. Very strong.
What are you laughing for?
Mom, it's fine.
We were recording.
Let's go.
I'm Pastor Phillips. I pastor Saving Grace Community Church, and I head up our nonprofit called Grace House, and specifically our mentor program. Listen, guys, my hand is up, your hand is up. Your hand is up. Your hand is up. Your hand is up. We're being respectful.
Cute videotape us. What am I supposed to talk about?
All right, so tell me your name.
Joseph. My name is Christine Williams. My name is Jaden. My name is Destiny.
My name is Lawrence.
My name is Ramaya Pryor, and I'm 12 years old.
Reiki.
My name is Aaliyah.
My name is Kamaya.
Hi, my name is Tijan Miles Trayor. Hi, my name is Charlie.
What makes you special? What is something about you that you want us to know about that maybe not everybody knows?
I keep secrets. I'm cool.
Why?
Because I'm just cool. Then I'm curious. Like, I want to ask questions to people. That I have lots of character.
I like playing football a little bit, and I like cheering.
Do you cook?
Yes.
You do?
Pancakes.
Okay, I am a funny person. I joke a lot, and I think that I can act a lot, and I am flexible. Well, I can run fast, and in games of tag, I never get tagged because I'm fast. So the first thing I do, so if I turn around and he's 2 steps away from me, all I need to do is do this. And then I'm 10 feet away from him.
I am really flexible. When I was like a little kid, I used to flip all over the couch. And my mom's like, sit down, go watch TV. I'm like, I love to flip. She's like, go sit down.
Puzzles, I love puzzles, writing, and I love talking and answering questions.
I play the cello, and I want to be a cellist, and also still rap.
My favorite song is Can't Touch This, and my favorite singer of all is Bar Marley.
Kids are kids, and they're going to be kids. Given an opportunity to be exposed to different adults in different walks of life, different careers, that's rewarding. To know that there will be a group of people adults who will consistently be in their life, who will advocate for them and do whatever they can to help them be successful.
I wanted to tell you about when I first moved into my neighborhood, Wyatt Avenue in Kennedy Heights. I was doing yard work, you know, in those early days, trying to spruce up the garden a bit, and I raised my head because I heard a greeting. I heard this lady's voice, but it was coming towards me, and so I looked up, oh, and there she was. She had her apron on, and she had her arms just wide open, ready to receive a hug. Give a hug, receive a hug. And that's how I met my neighbor, Lorna. We became good neighbours. We shared lots of cups of tea. But now there's an empty spot. Lona's house burnt down. It was about 10 years ago, and it was due to faulty electrics in their basement. Her daughter and Lona were very lucky to get out alive. Just a groundhog inhabits the land. Now it's time for me to leave, and I'm heading to the country in retirement. And it made me think back to Lona and the fact that I should say goodbye to her. So I tracked her down with just a little detective work. We were able to find her daughter. To my dismay, I found out that she died about 3 years ago. Her memory brought back some sadness to her daughter, Cynthia. And this is what she said.
She was a beautiful person. She was an angel. She was my best friend, and she never met a stranger.
I will always remember the welcome hug halfway across the street.
So when we first moved to Marmion, it was like a whole other world. No, I'm kidding. We moved a block.
Well, to our left, they were our neighbors. Actually, they were here before we were. And they started what became a tradition for me in that we introduced ourselves as their new neighbors. And they said, "Oh, hello, we're so-and-so, and we have a key to your house. Would you like it back?" And then because I was home, I was given a lot of spare keys, and I would introduce myself to many new neighbors with, "Hi, I'm Beth Magner, and I have a key to your house. Would you like it back?"
So. 8 years in May, we will have lived here. So we will have lived here 8 years in May, and we moved in when we were engaged back in 2010.
Living in sin.
Don't say that.
You were doing it.
I love selling my dog biscuits every Sunday because that's the time that I get to meet a lot of neighbors that I've never met before. And it's just a really great time to meet other dogs around the neighborhood, and just, you know, a great place to meet neighbors, and it really brings out everyone out of their house.
Place that Phoenix was born and raised. It's been a wonderful community to start our family.
Just the sense of community. You can go out into your driveway and just hang out with all the neighbors on a really nice day, and you can always just talk to everyone, and they're always there for you when you need them.
I love my street, and I've moved 3 times on this street, and if I have to move again, I will cry. If I ever have to leave the street, like my daughter says, "You're gonna die on this street," I'm like, well, I hope so.
Well, my kids grew up here, so Alyssa's 22 now, or she's 20, and she's had lots of friends that have been, and so is Zach, he's 17, and we've made friends on the street. So, I mean, all their little milestones have been big milestones here on Marmion Lane.
Crazy for this, but we'd really like to have a house that's within a couple of streets of our current house. And she did roll her eyes at us, and she did say that that was not possible. And then suddenly this house came up after we looked at a bunch of other things. And so we were able to, the reason we wanted to do that is because certainly we love the architecture and all that kind of thing, but we loved our neighbors. Like, we loved the people we were living next to, and we didn't want to lose those relationships. And we all know, even in the age of Facebook, that we lose those kinds of things when we're physically away from people. And so we were really excited to actually be able to be within a block of our old house.
I'm home with them, I'm a teacher. I can go the whole day without getting in the car. That, you know, we walk up to the playground, we can get coffee, we play in the backyard, you know, we play with our neighbors, that a whole day can go by and we just hang out on Marmion Lane.
Back in the days when I was young, for me Paris was just a song. Street lights were shining in my head. Why don't you come here and see for yourself? Fashion and beauty everywhere, a place for romantic love affairs. Even if for me it's just a dream, the place isn't what it seems.
I'm involved with a special group of people involved in the Bridges of Faith Trialogue. It's Christian, Jewish, and Muslim civic leaders, all neighbors in Cincinnati, who came together to understand one another's faith traditions. It started with Jews and Muslims having conversations when no one else was having them back in 2003. Christians were added to that conversation 4 years later. Today, they're sponsoring a number of educational activities, one of which is Cincinnati's first Festival of Faith this June 24th at the Cintas Center in Xavier. And so we're expecting 60 faith communities to talk about their traditions, and we're having activities for children and an interfaith worship service. And so we're excited by that. And it's a way to really feature our community's religious diversity and pluralism, and more importantly, to develop a broader and more enlarged interfaith coalition to address the civic and social challenges of our community.
3 or 4 years after we moved to Cincinnati, I would drop my kids to school and come and walk around Winton Woods. And I passed a stranger that made me feel very uncomfortable. And I started running until I encountered this big group, 10, 12 African American men that were walking, talking about the Bengals. And I asked them, "Can I join you?" And they said, "You want to walk with us?" "Yes, I would like to walk with you." And they said, "Sure, let's walk." And then we passed the stranger and I felt safe.
I have been the executive director here at the Caring Place for 2.5 years. What I have found most rewarding is the many relationships that are nurtured here, that are created, birthed and nurtured here amongst all of our neighbors. Not just our neighbors in need, but also the many volunteers that we have, and the experiences that we share, and the love that we share around food.
I am involved in the pantry, and I became involved when my friend Sue Sheld, whom I had been caring for, died, and I wanted to keep doing something for people. We began as an ad hoc group trying to serve the community with special event handouts of grocery bags for holidays. It started as neighbors helping neighbors.
My role as executive director, I wear many hats, or crowns, or head wraps. I help to coordinate the volunteers, along with my right-hand woman, Miss Joanne, who has been here for many, many, many years. And along with food, you know, that's our main purpose, is to make sure that everyone has food. But we also have other services that we provide. We have Teddy's Closet, which is a clothing room, so folks can come and shop for clothing, linens, shoes, baby items. We also have a program called Everybody Rides Metro, and that's when we pass out Metro bus passes to help people get back and forth to work and back and forth to doctor's appointments.
I can do this.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if you're waiting for it. All right then. What are you gonna ask me? My name is Lisa Andrews. I'm a resident of Pleasant Ridge, and I was interested in this project primarily because it had the word community in it. And I love this community. I am interested in Kennedy Heights and Pleasant Ridge and all the people in it and how we're all connected. So that's how I got involved. Well, I was always a clown in school. And I guess that's how I connect with people, is through humor. But what really makes me happy is connecting two total strangers, or even two people at a party that, you know, my 50th birthday, I had a pretty big party, and it was really interesting to see how many people already knew each other but didn't know that we had me in common. So that was just really cool to be there and have them come up and say, how do you know so-and-so? Or how do you know so-and-so? Well, how do you know Lisa? Well, how do you know her? And so that's what I love to do, is connect people. So my connection with the Art Center, my daughters have done multiple camps here, and they love it. There's just a good energy here. They love being in the garden. My daughter's going to be a sophomore next year, and she's been here since she was a little kid. So. And she's really artistic. I mean, both my girls are artistic, and she's helping out as, you know, as a little counselor in training, which is really cool to see, because, you know, she started off as this wee little tot, you know, doing art, and now she's going to be, you know, assisting with camps. So that's kind of cool. And after I kind of made my t-shirts, I was really looking for a place close by to consign them, and you know, I really didn't know much about how to sell them and where to go with them, and I thought, well, like, you know, they make great gifts, so this would be a good fit. It's a gift shop, so why not? So I got into nutrition because my dad had diabetes, and I always wondered and was curious why he was always on a diet. And my mom was heavier when we were younger, and she was constantly dieting. And I think that's kind of where the shirts came from too, is just, you know, yeah, we want to eat healthy, but we shouldn't feel shameful for eating. And it just seems like we're fostering this culture of shame around bread and shame around chocolate and shame around cheese, and it's sad. I mean, I think it's really sad. So I'm very passionate about food insecurity, and that's a really big issue for me, because I think we have so much food and we waste so much of it, and then there's people that are really hungry that really, really need it. And I don't want to say I started the pantry project because it was really something that was done in Arkansas, but when I saw it, it just really hit home for me as a way to connect neighbors. Because people naturally feel good when they give somebody a gift, and it's nice for other people to receive things from other people, especially when they're unexpected. You know, even little silly things like, you know, I'm a big Aldi fan, although I do shop at Kroger too, but, you know, just to give somebody your cart and not take the quarter. They're like, oh, I mean, it's 25 cents, you know. I don't know. In my mind, it's just love your neighbor as yourself. You know, food is a gift. You can't get angry with people if they clean out the whole pantry. Who cares? You're going to get angry over somebody taking a can of beans? I mean, let people eat if they need to. So I figure if it helps one person, that's awesome.
My name is Mary Claire Reitz. I'm an artist and community organizer. And I just want to share the story of the first time ever that my work was accepted into an art show. When I was a girl, I was the youngest of 7 kids. And my brother Joe, who was the 3rd oldest in the family, was an artist. And he used to specifically ask me to sit with him and draw. He was super intelligent, highly creative, really sort of insightful. As you can imagine, as a little girl, 5, 6 years old, her big brother, 10 years older, asking her to sit with her and draw was a special relationship. As Joe entered adolescence, and especially mid to late adolescence, he developed a mental illness, and his life ended tragically. He ended his own life. So it wasn't until 20 years later, I was 29 and going through kind of a turning point in my life, that I was kind of re-examining a lot of different things about my life, and with that re-examination came up grief over Joe's death for the first time. And with that, a very strong desire to draw. In 2013, Kennedy Heights Art Center put out a call to artists for a show that they were calling Visible Voices that combined art and writing. And I had work that very much came out of writing. It was work based on Jack Kerouac's book, On the Road, and I had made a series of 3 pieces that were inspired by his writing. And so I decided to submit those and to write a poem to go with those. Those pieces really took a look, especially one of them, but really all 3, at the relationship between Jack Kerouac and his close friend Neil Cassidy. And Neil was this person who was just like this big personality who burned bright, highly creative, very, just like lived life to the fullest. But he also was mentally ill. And so for me, as I was making those works, I was really feeling deeply the connection between me and my own brother. So the series of artworks is titled Holy Flowers Floating 1, 2, and 3, because there's a line in On the Road by Jack Kerouac that just like literally jumped off the page when I first read it. Holy flowers floating in the air were all these tired faces in the dawn of jazz America. I think it was May 5th, 2013, I received a phone call on my cell phone. I was at home, and something funny happened at the beginning of the call where, like, it started recording the call as voicemail even though I was talking.
Hello, Mary Claire. This is Jen Horvath calling with the Kennedy Heights Art Center. First, I wanted to congratulate you as the images that you submitted for the visit.
Hello?
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 Hi, is this Mary Claire?
Yeah, hi, something funny happened. I actually heard the outgoing voicemail message playing.
Oh, interesting.
That was weird. I think I was, I think I was hearing some good news.
You were. Congratulations. We have selected your images, the Holy Flowers Floating, the 3 images with the corresponding poetry.
Yay!
So
This is my first
congratulations.
submission and my first acceptance ever.
Well, wonderful. Well, I'm excited that it can be our show.
Thank you.
So you'll be getting an email with those details, but I have some additional exciting news, which is we are in the process of creating our postcard for the show, and we would like to use your image as the cover postcard.
You're kidding.
I am not, and specifically we want the 3rd.
Okay.
Of the 3.
Oh my gosh, I am completely excited.
Well, good. I'm so happy. So yes, we would love to use the 3rd image as our postcard image, and then what we'd love to do as well is on the back of the postcard use an excerpt from the poem. With it being so long, we can't fit the entire
of
poem
course
in there.
not. Yeah.
And so, but we did want to do that without your permission, because obviously we'll just be taking a piece. And so what we would do is on the back is we would credit the cover artwork to you, and then we would say something to the effect of, and this excerpt from her poem.
Oh my gosh, do you know what excerpt you're going to use?
We do. So it is, I'll read it to you. So it's the lines that say, "We are holy flowers floating, our connection and the ravaging damage, abiding long past his chosen demise, we know time."
Oh my gosh.
So that's the part we would love to put on the back of the postcard.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Oh my gosh.
You can hear me break down into tears because for me that was beautiful. I'm sorry. I didn't know that was still there. It was a beautiful coming together of my relationship with Joe and art, which are in my life inextricably linked. I remember I invited close friends and family to the show here at Kennedy Heights Art Center, the Visible Voices show in 2013, and I remember we all arrived a little bit early, and when I walked in and saw my work on the wall, I cried again because it was just such a moment after 20 years to be seen and recognized as an artist.
In the land and in the water around us live our other neighbors. Here, Ducky.